I have a HELOC on a house.
Yeah.
It's like almost 10% right now.
Uh-huh.
But the house balance is 0.
Mhm.
It went up, skyrocketed after COVID. And I was like, we have to do everything we can to pay this off. Because I didn't want to pay all that interest.
Probably around the Ukraine-Russia war is when it,
Yeah. So anyways, I'm interested in shifting out of that into something like a promo rate, like
Yes.
2%.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I would do, tell me if this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I have up to $472,000 that I could pull today
Mm-hmm.
out of that HELOC. I'm also aware I can put a 5% high yield savings account right now at Merrill Lynch or any
Mhm.
bank. I could pull that $472,000, put it in the bank at a 5% annual return,
Mm-hmm.
and then pay back, lose 3% or 2% to just pay back the interest on the HELOC.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that float arbitrage-ish that
Yep.
happened there. Are there any today that you're seeing any HELOC rates that are that low? Under
Yes.
4%?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the one in New York, that wasn't years ago. That was like a month and a half
I'm
ago.
gonna have to find one.
Yeah. So let's also talk about what you did. And there's other variables there that I probably wouldn't recommend that, but just assuming the 5% stayed around, and that's the variable. It's not. When rates come down, the 5% will go away, but then you'll be stuck with the rate on the HELOC, right? But let's just say you've got 2% on a HELOC and you've put it into a 5% high yield savings account, right?
Yes.
What is your rate of return?
3%.
No. 3% is the margin, right? That's the margin between 2 and 5. Now, this is cool because this is how the brain just plays tricks on us. Now, let me show you another example, right? That you'll probably get this one.
150%?
Let's do $2, but I turned it into $5. You're a businessman. Now, what's your rate of return? 150%.
Yeah.
Right? 100% would be 4.
So 150.
Yeah, 150%.
Yeah.
That's 150% rate of return.
Yep.
That's all I did was change the symbol.
Yep. Yep. That makes sense.
This is how hedge funds make money. This is how banks make money. People look at it like, well, I'm not going to do it for a 3% rate of return. I make 8% on my 401k. I'm like, no. One, you don't make 8% on your 401k. And no, that's not 3%. 3% is the margin. This is what your true rate of return is. But what I don't like is this could go away pretty quickly when rates come down, and they will. They're not going to go back down to COVID levels, but they'll come down. Now your high yield savings accounts will come down too. And then, so I would look for things that have longer lasting rates of return. Real estate, I know it ain't sexy, but it's created more millionaires than any other industry out there.
Yeah.
You get into real estate, wholesaling. I haven't met him yet, but there's this kid who's 26 years old, makes $300,000 a month, and all he does is wholesale. $300,000 a month, and he just wholesales, which means he doesn't put up any of his own capital. He doesn't have his own credit pulled, nothing. Wholesaling is he identifies a property, makes an offer, gets it under contract, and then takes that contract and sells it off to investors that will buy the contract off of him for 10 to 20 grand per contract.
More than he made.
And he just rinses and repeats.
So he must have systems in place.
Yes, he's got a team and systems. Yeah.
Buying before it hits the market.
Yeah, average person could do 1, 2, 3 of those a month if you're hustling, which is not bad. I mean, let's say average is 15, you do 3, it's $45,000 a month,
Yep.
right? So one person could probably do that. The volume that he's doing, yeah, he has systems, processes, teams in place. Yeah.
Call centers.
Yeah, it's not like it's $300,000 of profit. It's $300,000 of gross. Oh, but we never closed the loop on why average one HELOC a year.
Yeah.
Because let's say I'm at 1.99% for 12 months. In month 11, I'm refinancing to another 1.99% for 12 months. Now, I wouldn't say the only way this makes sense is when the HELOC is free. It's not the only reason it makes sense, but by and large, these HELOCs are free. Doesn't cost any money. Even some of the more expensive ones are $850 to $1,200. Compare that to a mortgage that is thousands, if not tens of thousands, depending on the volume of dollars. Even if they were charging you, sometimes it mathematically makes sense because you're at such a
You're saving so much in interest.
Low rate, right. Yeah. So there's nothing, we call it promo rate stacking. So there's nothing preventing you from going from one promo rate to another promo rate. I did this with the same bank for 2 years. And eventually they were like, no. I was like, cool, I'll just move on somewhere else. So these are just some of the benefits of utilizing a home equity line of credit. This, you can go deep down this rabbit hole. And if you want to do that, because this is super powerful, then just go to our website, replaceyouruniversity.com, and you can learn a lot more. Choose the carousel, replace your mortgage. Heck, if you want to skip a step, just go replaceyourmortgage.com. It'll take you right there, and it'll tell you almost everything you need to know about how to execute and do this.